How to go broke with passenger ships. How can we go broke with passenger ships? People say they're easy. You just put them down and they make money. Well, you can go broke with them, and it's quite easy. Here's how. We have a dock right outside of Minneapolis and the St. Louis-Minneapolis ferry. She's got 4 ships on it, no passengers at all, and she hasn't had any for 20 years. 20 years of not a single passenger. Let's put the game back on. Let's see what we can do to rectify this problem. It's a straight run, point to point. The Annie Mae, empty. The Missouri Dream, empty. And there's 2 of them. The captains can wave to each other, but they're the only people on these ships. These ferry boats are just not carrying anybody. Let's see what's going on down at the St. Louis end of the river. And here we are, St. Louis. We've got a city that was 1,500 people. It's crashed to 155. This is a route. I mean, there's a dock here, but nobody wants to take it. Now, we're currently making 2 million average. Let's call it 2 million a year. But all of that is coming from the stone quarry to the cement factory, and then the 2 cities that we're hauling bricks to. That's where all our well, plus the Cafe Du Monde run in New Orleans. That's where all our money's coming from. We have a couple of intercity bus routes that we started working on. Let's check the lines. And this is where all our money's coming from. But it ain't coming from the St. Louis-Minneapolis ferry. Now we have a choice. We could stand up another ferry and hope that the network starts to build traffic, such as St. Louis to across the river to Collinsville. That's not a bad bet. We could run it with just 1 ferry boat. We could run from St. Louis and come all the way down to Memphis, Vicksburg, Natchez, and then New Orleans. That could be a really good run. We definitely have to set that up. But is that the one that's going to give us... we could go from New Orleans to Opelousas. 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 That place. But there's definitely east side of the Mississippi, plenty of opportunity here for New Orleans, Natchez, Pittsburgh, Memphis, and then look, we've got Caruthersville, we've got Cape Girardeau, and we well, we could bring it close to Evansville. Oh, I mean, that would be Evansville. Evansville here directly over. We could do a triangle loop here. We have lots of opportunities, but we don't have any demand from St. Louis of anyone wanting to go to Minneapolis. So why don't we try working on Minneapolis? We have another bridge that's been built and crosses the river, but it does it all the way up here, and it was built mainly so people didn't have to walk across ice. And we've already done our tram service in Minneapolis, so let's connect up the rest of the Twin Cities, otherwise known as Minneapolis, St. Paul, and Bloomington. Because if you've been to Minneapolis, you know Bloomington is part of the Twin Cities. So we have, if we're gonna, let's try and fix it up here. If we fix this and we make this whole area here bigger, it increases the odds that someone will want to go tour sightseeing down to St. Louis. Because right now it ain't anyone. And what we can do is we do have the tram that comes down here, the Minneapolis ferry line. We could take that one and have that go across the bridge, and it could become the intercity service line so that it connects the 3 centers of the cities and the ferry as a 4-way stop. And I think that's what we're going to do. So let's pick a spot to cross the river in the cheapest, lowest way possible. And it looks like it's going to be up here. And where are we connecting to? Well, we got this stub. We didn't plan on it, but we're going to take it. Because after all, that's what we're looking for. A very inexpensive bridge. Just something to cross the river for foot traffic and a tram. We're going to add tram tracks. And what are we going to put in for a bridge? The name of the bridge was the Father something. Oh, the Father Louis-Hennepin Bridge. So, what was it made out of? Was it made out of stone? It was, It was a suspension bridge. Oh, well, here's my thing with suspension bridges in this game. You can't put them up until later, and they always look huge. There's not like a small suspension bridge. Maybe there's one on the workshop. I have to try and find it. But I have yet to find one that's a not the Golden Gate Bridge, suspension bridge. So I guess at this point we're going to stick with the old reliable stone bridge, because putting in a box girder bridge, and that is not suspension bridge reminder to me, and this is old-timey bridge reminder. So there's our bridge across. Now we have to connect down here to the ferry line. So let's just come straight across. And now we need bus service. Are we doing the bus services the same station? I don't think St. Paul's going to get a depot, but we are going to... That's an interesting question. Do we come up here and interchange in the same depot at the Minneapolis bus station or tram station? I think that's not a bad idea. Well, because then our ferry line doesn't have to go everywhere. Our ferry line can go from the bus station down here, and then the two cities can all come up here into the Minneapolis line. Alright, so let's figure out how we're getting to Bloomington. And it looks like it's going to be this one right here. Alright, we have tram tracks on, 2-seat. And then we're going to come that is a cheap connection. These cities are really close together. Wow, look at the traffic just spewing across the bridge. You know, we should have paid attention to one thing before we started, which was 113, 119, and 118. So let's just give it a combined rounded up 360. We'll say they were each 120, which is not accurate. All the people streamed into Minneapolis. The other two, nowhere near the same population. But since we're doing the bus stop over there, we can, or the bus, what do we call it, the bus terminal, we could just put stops over here. So we'll do the stop when you come into town, right here. We can pick it up. That was not at all where I wanted to put it, but now we're stuck with it. Okay, so that gets us over to here. We'll pick people up back this way. We'll grab them over here to expand for growth, and then we'll grab them right here at the junction, and that should cover a good bit of traffic. So now we'll give ourselves yeah, let's make the lines. So we're doing, this is St. Paul 1. We spelled it out, so we're going to change that name when we do this one, just to be consistent. Alright, so St. Paul 1, and then we've got St. Paul 2. We're not going to put a lot of vehicles on them, but at least this way we'll cover each direction. I think, you know, that raises the point that we just do a direct path back and forth, which is our connector. And you know what? We're going to do it. Let's do the connector too. This way we can put, so we're going to call that 3, or we're going to call that St. Paul, Minneapolis. St. Paul, Minneapolis. And then, you know what? We're going to do, just to be consistent, because they're all coming, so we're going to call that Minneapolis, St. Paul. Because you know what? It makes all the difference. If the people don't know the right name, they're not going to get on the bus. They're going to think it's the 554 line and get confused. Okay, now we got to tram up these streets. This one's pretty easy. Tram track from here. We need tram track across here. Going down here. Across the street. Around town. Bring it on town. Bring it around. Why is that not colored? Weird. Is it because it's on the hill? I do not know. That is interesting. The things you never notice you can't see. Alright. Now where is the one that comes in and around going to stop? Well, maybe we could have it hit here and grab here on its way out. In which case, we'll let it come up this way to get out a little quicker. Let's see if that works. So let's set up our lines. Where is... Okay, bus St. Paul. Here it is, bus Minneapolis, St. Paul. So that one starts back here at the bus terminal. And, alright, she comes into town. She goes here. And then she goes here. And that's exactly what we wanted. Cool. Alright, so let's go to St. Paul 1. Clockwise or counterclockwise? Let's do, see, immediately. Once bus service is available, the people know it, they want to take a bus, the growth starts happening. We don't even have vehicles on the line, and they're already ready to jump on the, they're ready to stand at the bus station and say, what time's the 3 o'clock bus getting here? I've been waiting 3 weeks. But, oh, look at that. They took the... Yeah, we're going to have to electrify that little path there. Well, no, because we want them to go... Yeah, we want them down the hill. Yeah, we want them to go down the hill. So when we put the trams on, they'll, instead of taking this street, they'll jump over here. All our stops are electrified. You know what? Let's buy the vehicles now before we get to Bloomington. Where is our depot? Down here by the docks. Alright, what do we have available for ferries, for trams? Well, the St. Petersburg streetcar. Alright, we have 3 lines. The clockwise, counterclockwise, and the one that goes back and forth. So let's do 6. We'll put 2 on each. Minneapolis, St. Paul. St. Paul 1. And St. Paul anti-clockwise 2. And off they go. We'll go do our work in Bloomington. That is a long stretch of road. Okay, what's Bloomington going to give us? We're going to do same thing. We'll do a loop, clockwise and counterclockwise. All right, here's the road coming into town. So we're going to put the 2 stops right here. Now you come down here, and we're going to stop on this weirdly angled street because that looks cool. That brings us down to here. let's connect this. We're here. Let's do it. How bad is that? Well, considering we got that San Francisco hill across the street, it's not bad at all. Let's put these right here. All right, now we come up this way. We've got stop over there. We'll stop right here to allow for this whole downtown corner to develop. And then you come up here and over. All right, now what about the one that connects? It's going to come in. We have it hit here. And then we'll have it hit here on the way out. And then we'll drop the outbound street just to give us some room for growth. All right, 3 bus stops. The first one is going to be Minneapolis to Bloomington. And then we've got Bloomington 1 and 2. That was a little typo on my part there. By the way, if you're not familiar, this series will include lots and lots of typos. Because that's my trademark. Alright, let's see what we got for. We don't need a new line. We need to use the ones we just built. Okay, Minneapolis, Bloomington. Where's the bus station? All the way up here. Okay, there's the tram stop. And she hits here, and then here on the way out. And we get a loop. Cool. Alright, so let's go to Bloomington 1 is clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, Bloomington 2 counterclockwise gives us 1 or 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. And then only the connector stops up there. Alright, now here's an interesting thing about this game. This street doesn't really have a name, but the stop does. It's not like being able to name streets in, let's say, City Skylines. So we want to name this bridge, and the way we're going to do it is we're going to get the name of the bridge was the Father Louis Hennepin Bridge. Now, how do we make a name of a bridge in a game that doesn't have street names? And that is very simple. All we have to do is put a stop down. And we put down a stop. And one stop. I'll put down a little streetcar stop building. Here it is. Traffic coming across the bridge will stop. We need Minneapolis to develop, so we're going to put the stop over here. And when we go to look at the stop, we call it the Hennepin Bridge. Look at that. Now we need to modify the connecting lines. They're bus Minneapolis. The ferry line doesn't come over here, but the Bloomington and St. Paul lines do. So when it leaves the branch up there, then we want it to stop here on its way going across. And then after Johnson Street, we want it to stop here coming back. 1 and 2. Okay, and that works out. And then we go to the St. Paul line, leaves the branch, stops here, leaves Park Street, stops over there. Alright, so now we have that's not right. have to fix that one. Manage the line. What did I mess up? Oh yeah, see, didn't edit it twice. There we go. Alright, now we need to finish tramming up Bloomington. Tools, tram tool. Get up to here. We do that little weird side angle street because that'll be cool and interesting. Up here, this is where we make the loop for the Minneapolis to Bloomington line to get back out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and everybody is trammed up. These two just got updated, but we'll give them a second, and they'll show. Oh, and that little strip right there. Come on. There you go. I have a habit of not seeing the cursor. All right, off to the depot. Well, we're closing in on 30 million towards our 70 million goal to build the bridge. A large bridge. So we're gonna do 6 more. Yeah, let's do 6 more of the St. Petersburg streetcars. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're gonna send them to Minneapolis to Bloomington. We have the Bloomington clockwise and the Bloomington counterclockwise. Okay, now I want to make these easier to spot when we're looking in town. Alright, now which one is this? That's the Minneapolis to Bloomington. She's going to the branch. I guess we're going to take the long ride with this one. We'll kick our speed up a notch, and then we'll do some color coding so we can spot these things next time we look at them. That's going to be, let's see, bus service. We're looking for, oh, these are trams. That's right. That's why they didn't show up. So we're going to color these, I guess, blue from Bloomington. And then the Minneapolis line. We have a mauve. What color is mauve? What color starts with M on this list? Certainly not green. Is it purple? I don't know, but we did a blue. So I guess we'll do a purple, and then St. Paul would be what, silver? Yeah, this is not working out well for color schemes. So let's get the St. Paul lines. And we'll color them. Let's do well, we did blue, green, so we'll do red. Gives us the basic RGBs. Now the lines coming into the city, so the St. Paul line, they're going to be red. The Bloomington line, they're going to be blue. And the ferry line, that's going to be its own color. We'll do the, see, we could have done blue for going out to the water. We'll make that a light blue. Now, all the vehicles are colored different. And we can change our line colors to see them on the map. They should all be different colors. They don't have to match. But this way, we can spot the vehicles, and that will help us. Did anyone get on this? Nope. Not at all. Let's take a ride on the tram and see how we do. I'll stick to my Die Hard. It takes 3, and then we'll get a passenger. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so we're out of town. Now we're heading to the bridge. No one should get up or stop at the bridge. But the bridge is part of Minneapolis, so it's going to support development there. And it is a city street. Tell by the sidewalk and the trees. It allows for... Are we going to pick up... We are... That is one stop. I mean, our first stop was at the terminal. But, wow, we picked up one stop. This connection should definitely bring a huge boost to traffic in the city here. In these cities. And then what we're hoping for is that eventually, as the three cities grow, someone, just one person, says, you know, I want to go down to St. Louis. I realize it's a stretch, but if just one person wanted to go to St. Louis, I think in a couple of years, once we start getting freight up here, this whole Tri-City area up here is going to turn into the Minneapolis, St. Paul, Twin Cities area very quickly, because it was built that way. It crashed. But you see what happens as soon as you run connections. Traffic people want to go places. When I built the map, I disabled all of those country roads so that there is no growth unless we pay for it and get it going. And it's, look at that. We got people at our second stop. This is quite a pent-up amount of people we're waiting here. Are these people going to go back to Minneapolis? Let's see. We brought over one at the bridge. Yep, they're staying with us. Think they know each other? Are they going to get married and he's not allowed to see the bride and how she's dressed on the day of their wedding? Because they have to go to Hennepin County, the courthouse over there in Minneapolis, to get their justice of the peace to get married. I don't know. Maybe they're going to the Hennepin County courthouse to get a divorce. That's why they're facing opposite sides. Could be either. Although he does have his top hat on. Let's see. Maybe they're going to get their will. That's it. They need notaries at the Hennepin County Courthouse to register their will. Because he's leaving all of his affairs to her in case something happens to him. And they're both reviewing the documents. Maybe they're reviewing... Whoa, look at that traffic jam. That's a horse traffic jam. Oh, they got off. Where are they going? They just walked to the other side of the street. What was the point of that? They both got off at the bridge. Oh no. I'm not even going to bring that up. They're going to fill that bridge up with those padlocks. Going to have to pay to come behind and cut them off. But yeah, see, Huntsville, yeah, great. Huntsville accepts fuel, great. No one cares. Be quiet. All right, we're heading into the terminal. Look at that. There's just people all over in here. How many people are in here waiting right now? Well, not a single person waiting for the ferry yet. Oh, there. Oh, there is one person. Where are they? Where are they? There they are. They're coming back up to here. So that means they got on down here at the ferry's one stop, which at this point I think we can get rid of because we're covering the Hennepin Bridge over here. And the whole point of this line is to be the express to the ferry. Yeah, I know, but the point was that if they stopped here, they could get on the ferry as we ran this connection. I mean, hey, at least it's letting one person ride the ferry. Better than nothing. Yeah, that's just... Somebody's got to want to start going to St. Louis. Tell you what, where are we at population-wise? Oh, look at that. We picked up 30 people in Bloomington. And St. Paul, 30. No one wants to go to St. Louis. Okay, we picked up 30. We picked up another 20, so that's 50. And we've picked up a whopping 13. So, I mean, we've picked up 60 people in just a few months of making these connections going. So that's just going to continue to grow. Up here we need machine parts and goods and fuel. The only thing we don't need here is food, and that of course is going to... How convenient, there's a food plant right here. Why is there a food plant in Bloomington? Is it the Mall of America food court? I don't know what we're going to call this. I don't even know what it's up here for. What big food comes from Minneapolis, St. Paul? I do not know. I mean, there's a couple interesting restaurants, but you know, what big food comes from there? Yeah. I mean, we can haul from here to the lumber mill now. We can get that route going. That's not what we're here for. We're not here to fix Minneapolis. We're here to fix the ferry. Because the ferry's broke. I mean, the ferry ain't broke, but nobody ain't riding it. Nobody ain't riding it. That's... Wow. That's what a law degree gets you. Ain't nobody ain't riding this. Nope. Alright, let's see where we're... We're going to have to try and build some more traffic up down here. And I think that's going to be a little ferry to here. Where do we want to put it? Let's see, where are all the residential buildings? They're down here. Can we put... this is just going to be a single stop. And small. We're not going to go... because... look how much more it costs us to demolish one building. But that gets us... That is a lot of city coverage right there. You know, maybe if we cover the factories a little bit, we will get some job credits over here. And that will bring in some passengers plus jobs. Can we... What if we put the ferry down here? How are we going to get that road up to there? It is quite the slope. I think we're just going to take the hit and do it here. Is that too short of a run? Yeah, it's literally just a walk across the river. So, I guess we're going to have to put it back here. And then we'll run a road across. So let's put that road in. Trams, because we're not in a major city. 157,000 down the drain. It's in the name of progress. Okay, we're covering a good chunk of the city here. You know, I guess Collinsville gets a bus service now. Just going to do a simple loop. She stops here at the ferry, obviously, comes up here, comes around this way, okay, comes down here, stops here, and then stops over here. Alright, so there's our... Do we have a depot anywhere near here? Yeah, there's a depot over here in St. Louis. But that ain't going to help us. And it's a tram depot, so it's the wrong kind of depot. Let's see what we can do to put the depot in down here. Depot. Give us a depot. Depot building. Tram. Road. Okay. Road depot. Can we squeeze it in here? Nope. Not enough room. Can we put it here? Too much curvature. What was that, a building? That looked like a building. We don't want to lose a building for no purpose. Come on. Come on. There's no reason to demolish that building over there. Look at that. Now we have at least another building where there was nothing to look at from the dock. Alright, Collinsville. So we need the bus line to Collinsville. Collinsville? Is that how we spell it? Collinsville? Yeah. Okay. Collinsville bus line. It's going to go it's only going to go clockwise because we don't have stops on each side of the street. There's just, you know, if we put it on there. How big is this city? 152. Let's just, we'll come back and do it later. And then be mad that we have to come back and do it later, because it'll be like, why didn't I do it right the first time? But let's see. You know, we're spending more time hammering on this than it actually will cost to just put the line in. Yeah, I know, but we're losing money. We're losing money on the ferries. And we just added a whole bunch of passenger service in Minneapolis, St. Paul, that it still has to recoup. Yeah, but we're up over 30 million again. We're going too fast. Let's, I guess, no, we'll leave Mountain. We'll leave Mountain. We'll put in, give us passengers, stagecoach, give us 3. Collinsville. See if the town develops any. Alright, now we need a ferry line that goes from St. Louis to Collinsville. And we're going to call it the Tom Collins Village Ferry. That thing's going to its own dock. No, it's not. How, you know, ships. Okay, move it over here to dock 2. You know, because we have all the room in the world here. Where is dock 3? That is interesting. Okay, also, we want the thing to sit each time it gets here. Slim chance that anybody will board it, but we're just going to let it sit for a minute, just enough to not speed off and miss someone, but not enough to be this constant back and forth nuisance. Okay, we need 1 ferry. Give us a passenger ferry. The Riga is small. The Wilhelm is small. So we have which is smaller, 90,000, 75. Well, the Wilhelm's cheaper. So that's what we're buying. I wanted to get the Riga just to change it up, but again, I need the cheaper one because we're losing 75,000 a year on every one of these ferries. I'm glad this is a map based and the $500,000 to buy it. This is... Alright, let's put that on the Tom Collins line. And then we're going to change her name as we're following her around. We're going to call this the Captain Tom Collins. And let's take a ride and see how she does. Let's see how long it takes to get a passenger. I'm going to say we make 3 round trips and we don't get a passenger, and then we get a passenger. So what I'm thinking is we might just run a ferry down to New Orleans and a ferry to Memphis, and then have Memphis do the other short stops from Natchez and the other city. I forget. Something. Yeah, that one down there. What is that? I don't know what that is. that is the first time we've seen that in this game. What are those things on the dock? Are these people waiting aboard the ferry? How did that happen? That is crazy. You know, let's see. Where do these people want to go? Just out of curiosity. Bloomington? Minneapolis? Nope. St. Paul? Nope. They want to go to St. Louis. Look at that. All right. Do we need to sit here for that minute? Let's watch the run in. Let's see how much we're going to make. Let's see, 9 people taking him 10 feet across the river. I don't know, $9,000? There are people on the dock waiting to get back across the river. That is just crazy. I mean, I know it's a local line. That's what should give us the business. But again, here's the problem. It only brought in $7,000, not even $9,000. All right, let's see what she does on the return trip. She's carrying 9 again. So that means she's going to bring in... So we're going to bring us up to 15,000. We're going broke slower than we were earlier with ferries, but we're still going broke with ferries. Okay, as you can see, we're certainly doing nothing to cover our annual cost here. But at least we got traffic going. And every little bit of traffic helps the bigger cause. So let's stick to our guns and let's try and go broke even more and get our ferry service down to Memphis. And then we'll let Memphis connect up to Vicksburg and Natchez by ferry. So we're going to need a double stop in Memphis. And then we come down, we've got Opelousas and New Orleans. So we're going to need a triple stop in New Orleans, which means we're just going to make it a four-way stop. And we want New Orleans to have a grand train station, because it's going to have everything. It's going to have train station for passengers, freight station, the 2 ferry lines. Okay, so okay, let's map this out. We're going to get the airport out here. We need the passenger line coming in. We're going to have a large freight terminal down here. And then we've got passenger and cargo. So let's do the dock down here. By the way, that's the ford on the river. In case you noticed it and you were like, what is that thing there? Alright, so we're going to do passenger harbor large. How far down can we do this? Okay, there's the large passenger harbor. And now we need a single stop over here in Opelousas. It's going to be a small one and a single stop. But that'll gets us some traffic. And I guess we're going to have to do Opelousas bus service now. Because without the bus service, we're not going to get enough people down here on these ferries to start making a difference. Alright, so we come across the waterfront here, and we go up here. Alright. Alright, so now we've got alright, so now we've got what are we doing here? Let's is this gonna be like a town center square thing? Let's come out and we'll connect this. Alright, so now we have enough to put in a bit of a one-way bus service, make that a curve, and just come across to there. There you go. Give the city a little bit of character. Alright, now we're doing buildings, bus, same thing. Passengers on the ferries. So, the name of the town is Opelousas. Yeah, there was no vehicle assigned, so it didn't show up as a line. And now we have, okay, so we have some type of, we need a depot. Let's, we are buying way too many of these depots. They're cheap, but still. I guess every little town's gotta have a garage. I have seen people do stuff like put them way out here, and that adds nothing to the look of the town. And so we're doing stagecoaches over here. 1, 2, 3. We got 5 stops, so we'll do 4. We can always remove them later. Okay, now let's get our ferry going. Being real creative with these names here. If there was any way to do something more creative, we need to come up with it. Did we set up tram service in New Orleans? Oh my goodness, we have not done that yet either. Alright, so streets, buildings, tram stops. We need the oh, that's right, because we got to figure out where the train station is going to go and then put in one of these, the big ones. So we're going to do 2 loops each way. Street tram tracks, yes. Style large, because it's the big one. Where is a good place for it? We're going to put it. I guess we're going to put it right here. Let's see how we can make this work. We have to get rid of at least this weird street. And that should fit. Look at that. We have access to the docks. We'll put the train station in right over there. And people can walk, but can we get it so they have catchment to both sides? No. I mean, we can move that little street so that it has catchment. You know, if we're going to do that, we really need to fix this street too. Yes. Can we do that as a yes? And let's main street through town, the main boulevard. We're coming down here, over here. I guess out that way. This is a hodgepodge here. No wonder everybody left. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna wind up shutting that thing off because that's getting annoying. All right. Yep, see? They just, as soon as you start doing anything, you get the improvement benefits right away. Alright, we've got, let's see. I guess we should zone the city out. Because we know that it's going to get huge as soon as people start moving back in. So let's do this loop. She comes out. They stop over here. They stop back here. And they stop here. That's too close. Well, that's a short loop there. I guess we'll stop up here. And that's... No, I guess that's it. It's just that little three-way run. We'll have a stop here. And right here. And up here. And that'll be that midsection. And then over here on the far end, we'll stop here. Back this way. Up here. Alright, so there's our 3 New Orleans bus lines, tram lines. And number 3. Alright, New Orleans 1 is going to come out of here, hit here, go back here. After she hits here, she's going to go back around the opposite direction. And that's how we cover this side of town in each direction. Okay, New Orleans 2 is going to be here. And she's going to 1, 2, 3, back to here to number 2, and then she's going to go 4, 3, 2. Okay, New Orleans 3 is going to be over here at number 3. She's going to hit 1, 2, 3, and back to number 3 again, because we're going to need a spot for the airport run eventually. And then she hits 4 going back, 3 and 2. Alright, we have ourselves a tram network in New Orleans. Now let's it's a shame we put that out there. Well, when we did, this whole thing was full of people. There was a whole stuff here, but I guess we'll put the other building out here next to it. Buildings, depots, tram depot. We don't have a tram line out that way. Does that go off the edge like that? Oh, I gotta fix that. I mean, it doesn't make a difference right now, but we're definitely gonna fix it. Just on GP here. Curve. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's maybe I should have built the city a little closer to the edge next time. Alright, can we get this thing over here? No. Okay. How about in here? Yeah, because we don't have any industries or anything up this way. See, the train tracks are going to come in there. We'll put it out here. I don't want to mess with I don't want to have to destroy it in 5 minutes when we come back with the train tracks. Tools, tram lines. Give us tram service up to here. New Orleans tram service. Give us, we have 3 separate lines. Give us, I guess give us 9 cars. 12 cars, we'll do 4 each. That'll cover each of the stops in each of the different directions. And then that should give us a huge chance that some growth will occur here, which we need to recover. I mean, we've lost so many people in New Orleans. All right, now we have the ferry running. Let's buy this one. Are we doing a New Orleans shipyard? You know, it just has to come down the line once. We'll buy it up here. So give us a passenger service, the Wilhelm. We're going to assign this to come on. There it is. New Orleans Opelousas Run. Now, we need a name for that boat, because every boat has a name. We'll follow it down while we come up with a name. Elousas. The Lady Opelousas. Alright. Now, do we have the St. Louis to New Orleans ferry going? No. So let's get that going. Because if we're gonna sink with ferries, we're gonna sink with ferries. So we have St. Louis to Minneapolis. Come on, stick us in the same port for no purpose. We're not backing up, are we? Come on. What are you doing? Simple step. We just clicked on a port. Are you going to crash on us? Oh, we cannot have a crash this soon. I realize the map is huge. We've more than vetted out our mods. But what are we doing here? Come on. There we go. We knew you could do it. Holy cow, that was painful. Alright, so this is going to be the St. Louis, New Orleans ferry. That's got way more than a ferry though. But river line, because that sounds better. Yep. There's people there, but don't be deceived. There's no way they're going to Minneapolis yet. All right, we need passenger service. So we're doing... Why would we want the rig? Oh, it's faster. That's why. So let's do... let's put 4 of these on the line. Heading down to New Orleans. Now we're going to need names for these things. Thank you, Huntsville, for letting us know that once again you're looking for fuel. Okay, St. Louis, Mississippi line. course, I'll gladly take any name suggestions to change these names to something else. Did we spell that right? Yes, we did. Okay, those names are unique. No one will have anything like that anywhere else in the world. Yeah, that's the lady Opalus is heading down. She's got a bit of a head start on the other two, who are crashing into each other apparently. There's their goose. Okay, let's see where these... Make sure these lines all come in the different spots. No, they don't. Why would you do that? You know St. Louis and Minneapolis comes in on 1. St. Louis is going to come in on 2. There you go. Alright, and we're going to put a delay on each end. Because again, until these things start actually having people on them, chance that if somebody shows up. Alright, so now we have to do Memphis. Wow, that is a long sailing. Alright, so Memphis is going to connect to Natchez. You know, Memphis is going to connect to Caruthersville. That's a definite. But I think these two might connect down to New Orleans, because we need New Orleans to grow back up. We're not, I mean, if Memphis grows, that's great, but that looks ugly. Let's, and if I put it here, down by the road, oh, we can put it up here. And we'll do a small hop across the river. So let's just do 1 pier, small. There's no housing over there. I guess. Alright, we'll bring the street out. See how this... We do not need tram tracks. You know, what did he call this? Bootsy. It is a catchy tune, boy. What are we colliding with? Oh, we didn't come in far enough. Oh, we could do that right here. We get catchment. And do we pick up a good bit of the town? Yeah, we pick up none of this, which is our residential. Oh, we got some residential. Oh, it's just all commercial. Residential back here. So we're going to have to do a Caruthersville line for a bus. Just a little shuttle that goes around. Man, this is not turning into a simple put down a bus stop and beat feet out of the town. Okay, there's our bus stop there. We got this side of town. We're gonna come down here and pick up these people. We're gonna bring them down here to the center of town, and then we're coming over here. And then we're going to connect up to here. sale because we're buying dozens of them. Bus service, Carruthersville. Way 2, 3, 4, and then 5, and then back down to the terminal. So that means we're going to need, let's put 3 on here. Why? Well, one rule says you put 1 down for every stop. That's sort of like a, you know, if there's 1 bus at every stop all the time, then there's a chance that the passengers will get on board. That doesn't really make any sense, but there's another one that says just buy 1, and then when you need more, put more down. The problem is, we don't know when we're ever going to be back in Carruthersville again. We just don't. So for the few pennies another line is going to go, another wagon's stagecoach is going to cost us, just leave it alone. All right, where is? So Memphis needs 2 stops. It's got a line that goes across, and then one that connects down to New Orleans, which means we're going to need a large 2 stops. We're going to have to fix this because that's ugly. We're not going to get any catchment with this. But if we put it here, let's do it up here. All right, now let's fix the landscaping. Because again, this was done off of that data. We do not need tram tracks. Okay. That's we're gonna have to pull the tools out first. Smooth, make that a little smaller. Flatten, give us a little bit of space here. Oh man, that's gonna bankrupt us. Stop with this tool. Let's get on. Oh man, we were at 30 million. You know, when I titled this episode "Going Bankrupt with Ferries," I thought of it as a joke. I didn't really think it was going to be the reality that this episode was going to have us go bankrupt. All right, so we have town up here, and we're going to want to go up this way and then connect into town. No, we are not building a tunnel. Good day to you, you're a crazy tunnel. We come through here. That is not correct either. Where's the road? Here it is. What does that do? She wants to build a tunnel. Yeah, that's not going to happen. We are going up this slope. We're not building a bridge. Yeah, Huntsville, shut up. Alright. Wow, this is... Click, click. Alright, now bring us around in a curve. Don't tell me that built a bridge. Oh, that built a tunnel. Man. I said the ferries were going to make us go broke. Is that inside? Yes, it is. No, it's a peekaboo. Oh, man. Well, we're committed. Alright, that brings us down here. That was, holy cow, that was $1 million to get that run. these ferries better start hauling people soon. And this is the off year for the trains, where we get hit with the hiccup of the delivery service. That's compoundingly brutal. All right, we just wasted $1 million on the tunnel, plus all this landscaping to get this pier built. And now I'm going to buy bus service for Memphis. Okay, all right, let's we got to get the Opelousas, whatever it is, line going, because this infrastructure is all built. Carruthersville. Okay, so we're going to call this the Carl Carruthers Ferry. Commodore Carruthers. Commodore. The Commodore Carruthers Ferry. Okay, so now we need a ferry on that line. Let's go find one. Give us ferries. Opelousas. Duplicate it. Assign that to the Commodore Carruthers Ferry. And then we're going to change the name of that ship to the Commodore Carruthers. Alright. As soon as we get bus service to Memphis, but people should go down there to get on that line. Check our destinations, and no one wants to go there. Does anyone over here want to go to Memphis? No. Okay. I'm going to let that ferry get down here for a minute, and then we'll do our bus service, and we'll see how this works. Where are they? Here's the Commodore Carruthers. Let's see how she does. Give her a few minutes to settle in. Okay, I'm sure somebody's going to look at this and go, you know, those ferry lines are way too long. Really? They only run the entire length of the map. And there's the dogs and the zoo in which I live. All right, let's get that Memphis bus line going and see what that does. See if that helps us. Okay, so for minor, not the 4 capitals, we're doing this one, which is, it's 1850. It's a bus. It's a bus. And a pond. What does that look like? Oh, cool. So one part says we shouldn't be putting this here at all because, as you know, Everyone walks in Memphis. Huh, huh. Yeah. But we'll do that up and going this way. There you go. You're plugged in. Let's connect you up. No, we can't do both. Well, we'll fix that street. And wait, what else is under here? Street era, old, connection street length, 20 meters. There we go. And that lets us get people connected over this way too. So anything that builds over here can walk to the bus station. All right, we're gonna do our usual up and down each way. All right, that gets them out to here. We do just one here at them. We're gonna have to put in that little bypass road. Development down here. All right, so they come in, they hit here, and they leave. We've got the stop up here, and we'll do one. We'll do one right here. That covers the town pretty good. And they pull into the bus stop. All right, so Memphis gets bus Memphis. You know, we could do the city in zones. Do 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, the other line going down. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's do it in zones. We'll do an east and west side town line. Okay. No, we're just going to run one down to the ferry because we know if anybody comes up from there. So we'll do 1, 2, 3. All right, and then we'll do 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. The Memphis ferry. Where's the Memphis ferry? Memphis ferry. Okay, she's gonna leave here. She's gonna hit this. She's gonna come down here. She's gonna hit this on the way back. Okay, there you go. Now, let's buy yet again another depot because we don't have 50 of them. We're going to need stagecoaches, passenger service. So let's do 6. 2 going down to the ferry. The one that we forgot to put on that line, and these 2 going down to the ferry. Alright, and that should cover 10. How long till we get a passenger? We're counting that as 1 because that's our starting point. 2. I mean, we got people walking the streets. you like walking in Memphis, but come on. And 3. There you go. We picked up people. So we've got a working line in Memphis. Now, does anybody want to go back and forth? Crothersville. Memphis. Oh, look at that. We got 10 people wanting to go across. 19. And how many people in Memphis want to go to Crothersville? 15. So we've got a chance of traffic here. Alright. And we're still losing money. Well, we made $689. That's not a lot. Not to cover these years, but we've got investments. Let's see, 3.6 and we lost 2.2, so that brought us up 1.4. And then we were down 4, so that brought us, yeah, we are. These lines gotta start making some money. Alright, so, what's going on in New Orleans? They brought people in from Opelousas, and she's going back with people on board. Whoa, look at that. That is shocking. The Mississippi King is heading back to St. Louis without a single person on board. Good job, Birdline. Oh, we're not carrying anybody. Nobody wants to take a 5-month trip to St. Louis to go shopping? Have they never played Red Dead Online? You run from New Orleans to St. Louis all the time. Okay. Let's see. We got tram service in town. Let's see how it's doing. 3 people. Well, that's a tram car for each individual person plus spares. Okay, we're gonna have to go New Orleans to Memphis. New Orleans to Memphis. Ba, 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 ba. Man, you know, pick the different dock. Stop going on the same dock each time. Memphis, dock 2. Okay. So now, this is the group line. And we're going to grab we just have the same boat on every line. The Wilhelm. The Wilhelm. The Wilhelm. The Riga. Okay. So we're going to put 2 of these on the line. For them. Yeah, it'd be nice to give these things names, but I didn't think to pull up a Rolodex of ferry boat names. steamboat names. You know, like this one's easy. There you go. The Thomas C. McCann. Heading to Memphis and New Orleans to lose money for us for the next forever. Let's just say, is there anybody here that wants to go to New Orleans? Wow. That is a busy bus stop. Hopefully that settles down. Are we going to do Vicksburg and Natchez? Alright, so we have two ferries coming here. And then New Orleans. These things are so close, these people won't take ferry. They're going to be, as soon as a road connects these two, it's just going to be a wave of stagecoaches. But there definitely is a need for Vicksburg and Natchez to connect to New Orleans. And we need New Orleans to grow. So let's set up those lines. Vicksburg. Can we put a small, large one pier right down here? Oh, wrong way. Oh, no, right way. Alright, so we gotta clear this road out and adjust its height a little bit, because it's ugly. Alright, how'd that get there? 3. Alright, so we got this. Let's get rid of that too. 3. And now we just need to connect the town and try not to go broke using this tool. Man. There we go. Just give us a little bit of scalloping. It's not so brutal. That's better. Alright, streets. No tram tracks. Come across. Are we at level? Yes, we are. Alright, and then can we make it up this hill? It's not that bad. And alright. Do we need bus service here yet? Yep, looks like it. So let's get up here and then over, and then we've got ourselves a looping bit of town here. All right, so we'll do this. I don't think this is gonna. Well, we never know. We can always come back later and do it. But let's put that in. Let's put this in. Cover up here. Stop up here. Future development back here. The center of town industrial area here. And then she turns down to the ferry. We'll have her come up here. Alright. Let's do the Vicksburg bus line. Vicksburg. Alright. Down at the dock. Up and around. You know, as soon as we run that road, it's gonna, you know, what do we got here? We got a goods factory. Do we want to run the road or wait for the train? That's the choice here. If we run the road, we'll start to grow the cities now. And then, is that going to help or hurt? Well, I mean, it can't hurt. Connections can't hurt. They can only help. I mean, you might take from one line to the other. But I would want to do a really cool road along here. Yeah, we got you, Huntsville. But we're losing too much money. That road might cost us $500,000. It's another, well, again, investments. Let's just buy the depot. We can always delete it later when we have stuffs. Give us 3 stagecoaches. We'll send those around Vicksburg. Alright, and now we need the New Orleans to Vicksburg ferry. New line. New Orleans to Vicksburg. Small ferry boat. I thought I just saw one. Here it is. Alright, the River Queen. Manage. Duplicate. Assign that to the Vicksburg ferry. And then we go to the Vicksburg ferry and we give it a name. She's launched. And we're going to call it the Lady Victoria. Victoria G. Berg. There you go. Victoria G. Bergholm. We need you. I need better names. But at least there's a ferry on that line. Alright, now that leaves Natchez. And we're just... Does anybody want to go to Vicksburg? Norland's destination. No one wants to go to Memphis. Nope. And no one wants to go to Vicksburg. Okay. Vicksburg. Does anyone here want to go? The only place they're connected to is New Orleans. How much is Memphis growing? 202. 168. Caruthersville. Huh. Well. Let's get back over 20 mil. Because this is, we're almost 2 hours of throwing money into the road. 2 hours? We've been in this for 2 hours. This is almost 2 hours of throwing money into the Mississippi River with ferry boats. And no one's riding them. Is that land or 2 ferry boats up there? That is That, that's the River Queen. And that might be something else. We are just... We need to open up a riverboat casino. Something. Because we need money on these lines. It is brutal. But we keep throwing money at it. Because this is the whole point of the series. Is the Mississippi River. and getting these lines going. All right, we're at 20 mil. I'm gonna run the road. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm gonna stick to my guns here. We're putting up a ferry in Vicksburg that connects to New Orleans. We already did. Yeah, that's what it does. So we have Vicksburg, Memphis. So now we just need Natchez. A ferry and a bus. Natchez is how big? 167. Bring in a ferry. Small one, one pier. That's ugly looking. Is that level? Is that level or can it be lower? Nope. Okay. Every time I hear this song, I think of some insurance commercial from years ago. Like one of those, like, you know, the caveman can do it level commercial. Bus stations. Give me this one. Let's go the other side of that. People gotta cross the ferry. One. We'll do two. We'll come all the way out of here. Three. And we'll come all the way over here. Four. Down here. 5. 6 stops. And we'll come through here. That's covered. It's covered again. It's covered here. Alright, there's no shortage of coverage in here. Let's buy another depot, because, you know, a map without 1,000 depots is a map with one depot. Alright. The Natchez bus service. Let's capitalize the name the way it's supposed to be. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. All right. Natchez. We start out as always down at the ferry, and we do a loop around town. 1, 2, 3. All right. Now let's throw 3 stagecoaches on this. Horse-drawn carriage. 1, 2, 3. Natchez. Okay. Now we need a line from New Orleans to Natchez. New line, because we don't have enough money sunk into the river yet. Let's throw in another 500,000. So we're going to call this the Natchez. Now, I don't know why it's a river crossing, because we're not crossing the river, but we are crossing up to the river. So let's throw a boat on that. We're going to clone you. Thank you. Now we're throwing you on the Natchez River crossing. Then we're going to go Natchez River Crossing. We're going to find you. Make sure you get out of the building properly. Which you do. We're going to give you a name. Something famous to do with Natchez. The Nate. C. There you go, the Nate C has. Alright, we're going to take a ride on her for a few minutes. We're going to listen to some music. We're going to speed things up, and we're going to see if we recover from this episode of throwing money into the river. Ugh, 18. I don't know if you noticed, but Huntsville's accepting fuel. It's quietly trying to tell us, what are you doing? Why did you make that turn? Let's see if there's any demand for this thing yet. Nope, not in New Orleans. Yeah, we have such a long way to go before it'll ever. Oh, we haven't even ran a ferry to Cape Girardeau yet either. We have that one to do down here on the southern end of the river. Let's hope that Opelousas ferry can fund this entire system we got going. Because so far it ain't looking good on any of these lines. I wonder if we could... Why are you doing that? You're in the middle of the river. I guess trying to avoid that near-death collision there that almost occurred. It would have risked the lives of 0 passengers. All right, let's come down to Vicksburg. No one here. How's the line doing? The bus line. It's got passengers. Vicksburg is 182, growing. I mean, we're growing. We can't say that we're not growing. How about Natchez? 181 and growing. People waiting at the ferry. None. Natchez. How many people want to go anywhere? None. Orleans. Gulfport. That's down there. They're connected by the bread line out of the Cafe du Monde. No one wants to go to Mississippi City. That's interesting. Because that is also connected by the Cafe du Monde bread run. The city itself. Opelousas. Nowhere else. We ain't doing very good. And we're losing money. Well, okay, let's, like I said, we need 70 mil to build that bridge. And this ain't helping us. This is the exact opposite of getting that bridge built. ARF. Yeah, we're losing $1.5 million. Almost 2 mil on those ferries. That is, we're gonna have to find another line or two to bring money in to prop up the ferries. Because I mean, 8,900 a year profit is not gonna get us to 70 million to build a bridge. It's just gonna be a brutal march. Yeah. I mean, we're going to start hauling goods down the river. I'm going to find goods to haul down the river. I don't know how many places there actually are. Is there anywhere on the river? Is there any easy pickings to haul down the river? So we got fuel, we got a con mess, we got a brick plant. See, that's what's crude over here. We could take it down to the refinery. Okay, we could haul crude to here and then across the river. Natchez would take fuel deliveries. And Gulfport, White Kitchen. So we could bring it back to New Orleans' here. And that would get us some truck traffic also. Hauling the fuel. So we have that as an option. River freight. I mean, we only need one leg of it, but we have the whole loop that we could work on. So that's an option. We could bring these crops down to the Cafe du Monde. Bring back the bread. Oh, we could take it to the Vicksburg food plant here. We could take the crops from here, take them down to here, bring back the goods. Okay. If we do that, we could deliver to Caruthersville, Dyersburg, Memphis. So we actually could put a freight pier in at Memphis. And then Memphis and Dyersburg. Memphis 48. So we've got at least one, and that's a round trip run. So not a bad thing to consider. And we don't have to take it all the way to Cafe Du Monde. We can bring it down here to Vicksburg. So we can do a freight pier in Vicksburg, bring it here, haul it back up. Although again, there would be more money in bringing all the way down to Cafe Du Monde. So that's 2 options, 3 options. We have the oil, we have Cafe Du Monde bread run, or a Vicksburg. You know we're going to want to call this the Jack Daniel's Distillery. And then we've got Dyersburg, Caruthersville to come back to. Okay. We still haven't set up ferry service to Cape Girardeau. You know, if we stick to our guns here, we should have it set up, but where would it go to? Natchez and Vicksburg will go to New Orleans. Memphis picks up here. Does Cape Girardeau go to St. Louis? Let's see. St. Louis should be going to Evansville also. So I would say, and where does Cedar Rapids go? This would go up to Mississippi. Or down, I don't know which. Might do both. Might do both. So, interesting. Well, it presents its own challenges. I mean, it's just a big straight line. There's no looping or cutting across an island. We're not doing major landscaping here. You know, so we're never going to get a ferry down to Lexington, or to Nashville. There's just not enough deep enough path to do it for how much space the game needs to move around in. But let's see. This is where the fun of this game kicks in. You know, where are you going to go next? And is it going to bring in any money? What is this guy doing? Has he just been sitting there this whole time? Or was he waiting to get into his parking spot? That was weird. Going 20 kilometers an hour and not moving. Yeah, these guys are all bunched up. For how long this path is, they should be nowhere in sight of each other. But they are. We're going to turn that one around just for spacing purposes. Go back to... Oh yeah, she was already going. She was already going to New Orleans. That was... Learn to read. or learn to see better. That part's harder. Alright, so Cape Girardeau. Cape Girardeau is going to go to... Is it going to go to Memphis? No, it's going to St. Louis. It's going to St. Louis. Major hub to hub city, you know, remotes to hub cities for passenger service. You know, consolidate so there's a big station, they can get all their connections. But we're at 17.8. What happened? Okay. You know, maybe if we delivered fuel to Huntsville, that could be a thing to work on. Not sure where I got with the idea of fuel to Huntsville, but it is an idea. Alright, there's Shelbyville. Johnsonville, we went the wrong way. Lafayette, Glen Carbon. Glen Carbon, is that the name of that town? Glen Carbon, yeah, Glen Carbon. How about that? Okay, here's Huntsville. I'm just going to watch this for a few minutes so I can see some money rolling in. Lovely scenic trip around Huntsville Lake. Wow, we really passed that brick train. Wait, is she stopped? Is she moving? Why does she have a stop signal? She should absolutely not have a stop signal. She has it because of this crossover up here. That's why. So that thing's been sitting there for the however long it took. One way. There is a signal up here. It's a horn signal. Oh man. Look at that, waiting for free traffic. Yeah, so we lost all that momentum on that train. All the time it's been sitting down there every time the two of them pass each other. We lost out on billions of pennies. Beautiful view of Lake Huntsville. And there's the passenger train pulling into the station, delivering a full load of people, making us... Is the thing going to pop up so we can see it this far? Well, is it going to pop up so you can see it this far? No, she's already left the station. 1.1 mil. Yeah, this is our bread and butter. Concrete. Concrete bricks in Huntsville. That's our bread and butter. It's carrying the weight of our entire empire, which is waiting to sink in the Mississippi. Ouch. We gotta prop up that ferry service. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or... Well, let's find something. let's find something to make a plan, because this is 2 hours of sinking money in the Mississippi. And we've got nothing for traffic. Yeah, I don't want to build the dinky roads between the towns also, because I don't have the money to make them cool looking right now. And I'd rather, you know, we waited till we had a chance to come back and build some interesting things. Like this should be a bridge. And if it's not going to be a bridge, we need to fill in this valley. And to fill in that valley, just cost us a chunk of change. But now we have development space here. A little bit. There we go. But we have a bridge that I had no intention of building. And even worse, a tunnel that I did not want at all, but I clicked on and didn't see it, and that's my bad. Now we have this cool little run down here. It's got 4 people on it, waiting to go to the ferry. How about that? We could take the ride back out. Holy cow. 47 people down there. We need to double this line. That'll give us a lot of people sitting down there at the dock, not able to move. We should take a few of these trees down. We'll see how many people are down there, but when we get back down, we had 47. And over here you can see the beautiful bus stop lake. Place to listen to the frogs and catch a breeze from the water. Or just sit and read your invisible paper. Alright, we're going back with empty. So that means we're not picking up any connectors from the 2 lines here in town. Except for this residential stop out of here, which goes down to the ferry. Yeah. Maybe they're just taking the scenic drive across the bridge, you know? It's like, hey, let's go on a date, we'll take a ride. Ride behind a smelly horse as it poops on the road. And hope that nobody fed it a can of baked beans. I don't want to go on that ride. There used to only be 4 carriages on that route. Now there's 16. It's become too popular. much does this make us? And we cleared out the backlog. Okay. And we're profitable. The line is... I love those multi-year cyclical hiccups as costs catch up to you. Some of the income spreads out as it, you know, you picked up in December and you didn't get it that month that year. But we've got 16. Well, this episode was titled How to Lose Money with Ferries, and we're definitely doing it with passenger boats. And we're definitely doing it. I mean, by all stretches, these things should be making money. They're connecting major cities to major cities. Of course, those major cities are no longer major cities. They're ghosts of their former size. I might play with this and see if returning the cities back before the crash. But if I repair them back up to where they were and they just crash again, like, I don't know why they crashed so quickly. I mean, I have an idea. They crashed because they weren't getting goods or they weren't getting destinations, but they still shouldn't have crashed that hard. Like this right now, St. Louis is showing 167. Yeah, 131. Yeah, these four cities were huge. I don't know, I might have to pull up the save and run them and see if it just, like, did it snap? Was it a problem that I did when I set up the map? You know, and they had a size, you know, to account for, and then they just poof. Maybe I'll do that. I'll do that in the in-between and see if it's something that I messed up when I created the map. Because it's still supposed to have a seed of a large, you know, the four large cities. And if somehow we lost the seed value, then they're never going to grow back up to be the four major cities. And that's not the challenge. You know, we're not trying to grow St. Louis to 400 people. But let's assume that we're not going to change, or we are going to. I don't know which. I'll test it and see what it does. But what are we doing next time? We still have the Cape Girardeau ferry to set up and its bus line. Okay, and that'll let us, and Evansville. So we've got Evansville and Cape Girardeau to bring into St. Louis. We'll do Evansville while we're sitting here. Nope, we'll do it next time. We got to bring Evansville and Cape Girardeau into St. Louis, and then all the southern Mississippi River cities are all connected. And then we've got Cedar Rapids, one. Davenport, Rock Island's waiting to build its bridge. So that's why we don't have ferry service between the two of them. How is 137, 138, and 110? So once this bridge is connected at a cost of $70 million, we will have these three cities talking to each other, and we should see some explosive growth. And that gives us a starting point. And let's see. Now we've got Dubuque, and then we've got La Crosse, Albert Lake, Rochester, Winona. We could bring all those into Minneapolis for residential. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Are we going to run a ferry from here? This ferry will run down to St. Louis. Davenport will go to St. Louis. So going north, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cities to bring service into here. And we'll just run small ferries and just let them stack up. And we'll set them to use any pier that's open. So small ferry, pier, single. That's going to cost us. That doesn't seem right. Are these things more expensive up north? Oh, look at that. Way cheaper. Alright, so let's say 300K. And we got to build about under 10 of them. So let's say 3 mil for just for the stations. And the ferries are a half mil each. Half mil, 450. So let's say a half mil. We're going to do 10 ferries, so that's 5 mil. So we've got another 8 or 10 million to throw into the river here, just on passenger service. And of course, it's all losing us money. So every one of these things is costing us $75,000 a year, just in the ferries for maintenance. So we're looking at losing another 10 million to throw into the river for capital investment, and another $750,000 a year in losses on the ferries, none of which we can afford. But it's just, it's crazy. We're gonna have to call on the railroads to bring us in another little bit of money. You know, we could make shunt runs like this. But that's not far enough, is it? Let's look at it from down here. I mean, no, I can see the plant. There's no way that's far enough. Not for what we need. Here's... You know, we could start running lumber. See how that goes. That's an option. But again, this lumber room would be a deadhead. It's just lumber into the mill. So they're not, that's not an ideal. Wait, let's go back to Huntsville. Don't we have another city we can run construction materials to? Here's the factory. There's Huntsville. Or rather, let's go back to Brownsville, sorry. Brownsville, Birmingham, Memphis, and Dyersburg. How easy is it going to be to get to Dyersburg or Memphis? So we're coming down here. Let's just watch this thing come in. And give us that 2.1 million paycheck. Okay, so we come down here. We just have a little bit of a slope to get up here. So now we're at this level. We've got some farmland in here. We come across here. And there's Memphis. So that's not that bad. We could start a freight run to Memphis for construction materials. And if we're going to do that, we could run passenger service. So this is going to be double set of track. And then we'll do Brownsville to Memphis for bricks and passengers. How's Brownsville growing? Almost 300. And Huntsville? Over 300. Yeah, see, we're doing good here. Why don't we duplicate this? Let's extend this out. We'll do this next episode as a way to, yeah, we'll just, more bricks. Yep. We'll stick with the bricks as much as we can. And St. Louis is growing nothing. It's, yeah. All right, now how's it? Okay, we haven't been here. When we left, we were 360. We were about 120 each. So let's start with Bloomington. We've, and a big What are these people sitting down here doing? There's 31 people here. Plus, are these lines making us money? I mean, they are. These people are waiting for the Minneapolis-Bloomington line. Okay, that's 14 more seats. There's 31 people here. They should. Is this a Bloomington? It's Minneapolis, St. Paul. She's coming here full. So when she picked up in at the Minneapolis Center, yeah, must be the cold. You know, we're struggling up here. But hey, people are crossing the bridge. Maybe that's it. They just came here to see the bridge. The first bridge to cross the Mississippi, the northernmost. The Father Louis Hennepin. Alright, I think it's bricks. Unless we come up with something else between now and then. Thank you, everybody. Do we have something to sail on? Something to close out with? I mean, we can go sail on a ferry that's got no passengers. Yeah, there you go. Look at this. Let's just sit here and wait until passengers show up. Never. What is missing? Am I missing a road connection? No, I mean, this thing's connected. It's got catchment. This thing has catchment that way. There's people, there's a line here. I mean, there it is, right there. It's just no one gets on it. No one wants to go down to Minneapolis. You know, we should do that first up here. Connect these smaller cities up here. You know, because that's how we'll burn through 10 million right away, and that's how we'll increase our annual costs by 750,000, because we can afford it. Thank you for joining me in how to lose money with a ferry or a passenger service. How to